effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
And, you know, going back to Ezeli, impressive physically, 7 foot, 7'6" wingspan, 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gift, watch out, watch out.
Freak kicks to Splitter. Pass to Sefolosha. Back to Splitter. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And let's run down for you the top 3-point shooting point guards in the league this season. Freak, number 1. Second, Stephen Curry.
A lot of point guards in the NBA don't get enough credit for how well they shoot the basketball. So give this group their due. Some outstanding long-range shooting.
No doubt about it. And being as accurate from three-point land as these guys are makes them that much more valuable as point guards. Opposing defenses have to worry about their passing and their shooting.
And a footnote to Ezeli. One of his college administrators raved about his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective on world trade, globalization, and I tell you what, if Ezeli keeps improving, he'll soon be a serious benefactor of the economics of American sports.
Spates checked in for Golden State. Here's Long. It's rebounded by Livingston.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
For Atlanta, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
One shot. One shot.
Free throw good, Teague.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
1 second left. No good on the buzzer beater. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Hawks lead by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his company. I was going to say, Greg, how big must that... Draymond Green comes in for Maurice Spates. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Ezeli in at the 5, roaming the paint. Barnes kicks to Thompson. Good on the triple. Thompson's got 7 points.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Teague against Barnes. Knocked away. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Here's Green. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. It was pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved coach of the year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done, taking the Hawks to the top of the East, few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years, has a wonderful team game. You know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio, but he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level.
Hawks passing it around. It's stolen by Curry. And it's blocked by Scott.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Teague, the pass to Long. Over to the wing. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
You can see where the Hawks rank in the league stats over the last 10 games. 3rd in opponent points per game, 4th in three-point field goal percentage. And they also show up as a team in the top 5 in scoring. Boy, this team is balanced and versatile offensively.
And you talk about their ranking in terms of opponents' points per game. They really stifle teams. I mean, they eliminate the easy runouts in transition, and they force you to play 5-on-5 and take difficult shots.
6 on the shot clock. Steps back and fires. And here's Barnes for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Barnes has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to Los Angeles.
Yeah, and the foul trouble. Coming down the stretch, you know, they didn't have the guys on the floor you'd like to have out there, nor could they be as aggressive on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and because of the foul trouble, they really didn't want to incur more foul trouble, so they backed off and became passive, and that's no way to play defense.
Curry wide open. Another miss by Curry.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
It could go. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so that's the end of the first half. Warriors ahead, leading by...
Yes, Kevin.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Splitter is checked in for Horford. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Kyle Korver. And Freak subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Different look here for the Warriors. Ezeli's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Long, he's in at the point. Splitter is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Teague, and it's Cephalosha in at the 3 spot. So that's the Hawks 5.
Shooting for Atlanta. 3. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. The Warriors making a switch here. Green's checked in. He doesn't get the second one.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. 6 points for Barnes.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Here is Livingston. Teague covering. Barnes. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. We'll take a look at the Warriors. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings. And guys showing no signs of letting up. And checking out Oklahoma City, a game behind.
And well, for the Warriors, they've had just the kind of season you knew they were capable of. I mean, they've got all the talent in the world, but how about maximizing it to the fullest?
Well, there was never a question about the talent. I mean, they've got enough of that. It was just a matter if they could get the most out of it.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man, and just he has an air about him.
And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more Clark assertive on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
Just 2 to shoot. The offensive rebound. Warriors leading by 5. Outside, Green. Inside, here's Livingston. And again, no good by Golden State. That has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Here's Long, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
And the Hawks making a change here. Scott's checked in.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. I remember also in high school he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And that one's good. Free.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Warriors leading by 8. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Green against Scott. Spates sets a screen. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Now here's Freak. 16 feet away, and the release was before the...
And now, the Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin. Millsap is checked in for Atlanta. Freak comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Barnes, he's checked in for Golden State. Setting the floor for the Warriors. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Curry in at the point guard.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. He's got 17 points and 6 assists. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Clark, you love the fact that he's a terrific distributor, but also, how about those defensive instincts? That's also been excellent today.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Passes it to Horford. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
And the Warriors with possession here. They've led by as much as 10. Curry kicks to Barnes. He feeds it to Bogut. 11 feet away. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here.
And it's Korver in the corner. Millsap has the open look. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and so they foul intentionally.
That's his second personal. 14 foul. At the line for the Hawks, Klay Thompson. 2 shots.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5.
If you can't get the ball in, you got another timeout. Use it if you need it. Freak, you're a guy. If you got the shot, take it.
There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Trifecta!
Talk about a terrific stroke. I mean, the defense was hoping that a 3-ball that deep was not going in.
Yeah, but when a guy shoots it like he does, you have got to still be able to contest. That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Stephen Curry.
Over the limit. That's his 3rd personal foul. At the line for the Hawks. Free! 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Let's get a stop on this one.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Under 6.
And he is unable to get the second one. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Stephen with a nice win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as Stephen Curry. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille
Yo, freak, what's up, baby? What's up? We see you.
I never had this feeling. With any other woman in my life. And she gave me a different feeling, which was something I fell in love with. I never asked her to be my girlfriend. It just became that. You could tell when we started falling, like, I get a text message and she's, huh? Who is that? And it's just like, oh, so we worried now.
Tough matchup tonight. We could very well end up facing these guys in the postseason. So it's important to learn what we can and show them we're not about to back down. If we get it done here, it'll give us that much more confidence if we see them again. The stakes are raising every day at this point, so I better man up.
It's an Eastern Conference battle here at the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto as the Raptors look to work their home court advantage. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. It's the end of a string of away games for the Hawks as they look forward to returning home after this one. Raptors with the lead. And Joseph kicks to Ross. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. They set the pick. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Joseph. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well. You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Outside DeRozan. Ross on the wing. Off target from outside.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
There's 1:34 left here in the first quarter. Out to DeRozan. Carroll with a screen for DeRozan. Here's Biyombo. Rejected by Millsap. And he recovers it. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. Millsap kicks it to Bazemore. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second goal. And the Raptors making a change here. Powell's checked in. Atlanta also making some changes here. Splitters checked in for Horford. And Mike Scott subbed in for Paul Millsap. For Atlanta, they come in off a loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
And guys, just look at the turnover stats in that game. You're not going to win giving it up as many times as they did.
Not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense on your end and force more turnovers for the other side. That's the only way you're going to get that thing squared away.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. It's good from about 19 feet. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the night.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Knocked loose. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And the Hawks making a change here. Teague's checked in. And so here's Toronto. It's a 5-point game. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Patterson comes in for DeMar Carroll. Terrence Ross is checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Corey Joseph. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. On the court right now for the Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Freak is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Sefolosha in at the 3, the small forward. What about Kyle Lowry on offense? The last 2 seasons, he's been absolutely dominant, Clark.
Yeah, he's developed enough as a point guard now to where he really knows how to direct and lead his team. He's not just a catalyst anymore. He's a leader, and that's the big difference I see with him. And his shot has become more refined.
Here's Toronto now. They've got an 8-0 run. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
His turnovers haven't helped their cause. It's almost as if he's playing for the other team. You know, in talking about Lowry, you see his shooting percentages didn't change much, but his output sure did. I mean, averaging 17 points and 7 assists a game the past 2 seasons. He also converted more threes. I mean, there's very little he can't do on the offensive end.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bulls made a big difference. He picked up 12 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
All right, Doris, well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, you know, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge. You know, getting back to Lowry, I really admire his aggressiveness. On the break in the half-court set, doesn't really matter. He's really the guy who makes it happen for his team. And he's a potent straw stirring that drink.
Here's Horford. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Horford's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
A shot by Lowry. Wide open. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Raptors leading by 15. Inside. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual. Individual play at the other end.
DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Powell.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Go to the 2K leaderboard and look at the NBA's best rebounding teams for this last month. In fourth, the Raptors.
I mean, they've taken their rebounding to another level, getting physical and playing with a ton of energy.
There's 1:26 left in the first half of basketball. Outside Lowry. Puts up a three. Atlanta with the rebound. Last season we saw Al Horford rounding back into form. Good to see that after what had been his second season-ending pectoral muscle tear back in late 2013.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Biyombo, he's checked in for Toronto. Then for the Hawks, Kent Bazemore's checked in for Cephalosha. Teague comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Freak. Valanciunas with a screen on Teague. Pass to Ross. Launches a three. Horford with the rebound.
Move it.
Horford's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Bazemore, and it's blocked by DeRozan. Outside Lowry. Outside DeRozan. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Millsap a screen on Lowry. Schroeder passes to Millsap. They can't stop the run with that one. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's the Raptors opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Okay, pay attention so we can cover some stuff. We're capable of much better basketball than we played in the first half. The offense we've gotten from the low block has been weak. That's the biggest thing. We have to attack the basket. No more settling for jump shots. Also, their percentage from the field was outstanding. We've got to pressure them big time and bring that number down to earth. That'll turn things around for us. Okay, in terms of pace, let's keep things moderate next half. Turning this game into a track meet might hurt us more than it will help us. I won't lie to you. This isn't going to be easy. I don't care what the score is now or an hour from now. What I care about is that we go out there and play with pride.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for...
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight.
Nice numbers from Lowry. 15 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Ross in at the small forward. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
The dish to Horford. The feed to Cephalosha. DeRozan against Korver. Here's Millsap. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Patrick Patterson.
And guys, you got to love the front court for these Atlanta Hawks. I mean, Al Horford and Paul Millsap both give up a few inches in terms of height, but you won't find a more skilled and versatile front court in the NBA.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. Well, speaking of the skill of the Atlanta front court, their offense predicated on ball movement and spacing and shooting. A lot like San Antonio. Horford and Millsap, a perfect fit.
Really, those two enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry between them because they're both mobile, agile, skilled big guys.
That one is no good. And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap, very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
Raptors leading by 20. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Valanciunas dishes to Lowry. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And Millsap with over a 7-foot wingspan and also just a great nose for the ball. It gets you rebounds, blocks, and he leads all power forwards in steals pretty much every season.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Lowry.
And speaking of Millsap's defense, I mean, he can switch out and cover perimeter players as well. His smaller stature gives him that versatility, but then the long wingspan allows him to still bang with the biggies.
And Kyle Lowry drops them both.
And for Kyle Lowry, last season was full of milestones. First, he signs the big contract extension for 4 years. Then he earns his first ever All-Star selection. Unfortunately, he didn't finish as strong with the postseason, but a terrific year.
The rebound by Patterson.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
And you know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game. And guys, that kind of sums it up right there.
Group in now for the Raptors. Biyombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Damari Carroll comes in for Ross. Powell, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. And he gets it to go. Long's got his second bucket of the night. And on the topic of Lowry, he became only the 3rd Toronto Raptor ever, Clark, to be voted into the All-Star game.
Yeah, you know, Bosh and Vinsanity, the other two, Lowry also participated in the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge. Man, he's been outstanding as a point guard.
And a tenacious leader for the Raptors.
Yeah.
1:52 left in the third. To the left wing. Here's Carroll. They get it back. Here's Powell. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Toronto?
And you really can't help but notice all the points they've continued to get off turnovers.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
He hits both from the stripe. And so it's Atlanta with it. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotaged them. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
Move it! Move it!
Here's Bazemore. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Powell down low, covered by Long. Can't cash in from close range. Out left to the wing. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Raptors leading by 22. 50 seconds left to play here in the third. The Raptors shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
The Raptors making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in, and the Hawks making a change here as well. Teague's checked in, so he gets them both.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
This is how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
Scott, and it's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his third rebound tonight.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
And here's Schroeder looking for his first basket still in this one. And Scott has it in the corner. Feeds to Schroeder. With one on the clock, can't get it to go. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Raptors delivering the blowout. And we'll have the start of a fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Here's Teague on the court for Atlanta. Teague and Heinrich in the backcourt. Mike Scott out there with Hardaway. And it's Splitter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Splitter with a screen on Carroll. Here's Scott. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Scott's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Hawks. Now Joseph, he feeds it to Wright. Scola, a screen on Teague. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots it up. Joseph, that's good. New group in now for the Raptors. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Thompson. Biyombo checks in for Luis Scola. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for DeMar Carroll. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Wright. And then for Atlanta, Paul Millsap is checked in for Hardaway. Ken Bazemore comes in for Kirk Heinrich. And Freak subbed in for Jeff Teague. Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. DeMar Carroll comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Powell in for Kyle Lowry.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Raptors.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
Just breaking the spirit of their opponent 3 straight times this year. This win is going to give them a perfect 3-0 record with only 1 game left to go on the season against the Hawks.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Lowry. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
Hardaway passes to Scott. And stolen by Patterson. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
And the foul called on Freak. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
Back to Hardaway, and so Toronto takes this one.
Yes, guys, I'm here with Kyle Lowry. And Kyle, following this win here tonight, as you head out on the road for your next one, what, if anything, changes in terms of the team's strategy?
We just got to take on the road and do everything we're supposed to do. We do at home and take on the road. We got a tough team coming up. Well coached, well played.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyle Lowry. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
It seems like Kyle Lowry just gets better with age. And his performance tonight to show you how far he's come as a basketball player. We know he's a great perimeter scorer, but now he can slice defenses up and get to the rim. It all mixes together and makes one dynamite player.
His play tonight, Ernie, was finally a bright spot for them because, you know, they had a very rough stretch of games. It's been a while since their last win, and he was not content on playing a supporting role and letting them lose another one. He came on strong, took over, and put an end to the losing streak.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last.
Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida cantar, nunca no mesmo lugar.
Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Holla. We them boys. Holla. We them boys. Holla. We making noise. Holla. Scared of heights, come face your fears. Holla. Do it just like Nikki, gone and it over. Say she roll with me, she tired of being a loner. Young, but you know I'm ready. Oh, foreign girls call me. But I'ma get back to the point, baby. Holla. We them boys. We them boys. Holla. We making noise. Holla. We them boys. We them boys. We making noise. We them boys.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Holla. You drive me crazy. Number one, girl, you can't replace me. Lead a club, these bras be trying to chase me. Come roll with me in my Mercedes. Hold up, I see they broke, I see they lazy. Man, they money slim, they acting shady. I'm in my brand new car, who wanna race? Girl, you ain't come up on, so why you showing up? Never. I'm taking them shots, my partners, they loaded up. Man, on the low, all these me, I get some material. Holla, we them boys. Holla, we them boys. Holla, we making noise. Holla. We them boys. Holla, we them boys. We making noise. Holla.
alarms go off when I enter the building.
Welcome, everyone, to the Golden State, Oakland, California, the home of the Warriors as they prepare for an Eastern Conference opponent right here. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. A look at Cleveland's starting group. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the center position. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. I mean, you could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
Now James, after the missed three from Stephen Curry. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last. About 1 minute into the first quarter. LeBron with it. Picked up by Thompson. Good.
J.R. Smith.
Smith's got 5 points so far.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Love kicks to Irving. Again, Irving missing. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here. Curry can't get it to go.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find a rhythm and flow here offensively.
Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
Irving, good.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a